Hello everyone, welcome to DETRICORE. I'm your host, Jam, and in today's episode we've got a lot to talk about. If you want to skip to each story, or just one story, I'll put time links in the description. But for those of you who have been loyal to the channel and want to hear about this whole rebranding, stay here. So as you know, I used to be Jam St. Andros, now I'm DETRICORE. I decided to change it to be a more serious news channel. I want to talk about more newsworthy things than just random stuff, so we will be having a regular upload schedule, not upload 3 times a week and then never upload. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is when the news will be coming out. I changed the name just to, like I said, be more serious. It stands for Detroit Core, if you wanted to know. Instead of using the O, I used the I because DETRICORE sounds better than DETRICORE, and too many O's, you know what I mean? So I just decided to do that. But without further ado, let's get into the news. So the first thing I want to talk about is CES 2019. It's been great so far, and it's pretty much wrapping up. It took place in Vegas this year. It was great. We saw a lot of great stuff. One thing that I was really interested me was the burger that is made from 100% organic material, no meat. It looks like it could be implemented in really good ways, and I'm really excited for it to come to wholesale market. That and other great technology. CES is always a great trade show to see. Now, we also saw Huawei implement something that Samsung was talking about at the tail end of last year at 2018. They were talking about putting a hole in the display for the camera. They called it the infinity hole. Huawei has already gone through with this in their Honor View 20. It looks really cool. It's got the triple camera setup on the back, obviously, and it's got this hole in the upper left-hand corner. Kind of wish it would have been centered, symmetrical, but I'll take what I can get. It looks really cool. I don't know how they're going to implement this further, as they've only used LCD. They have not used OLED, so I'm very interested to see on how this can be implemented in OLED. Now, our second story, our big story, is obviously it's day 26 of the government shutdown. We have no end in sight, really. Nobody's willing to compromise. We have thousands of government employees without jobs. If you've heard about in Atlanta, there's a line that's like 3 hours long for the airport TSA because TSA employees are not showing up. Coast Guard's not getting a paycheck. Army's not getting a paycheck. Nobody's getting a paycheck. And this is not good. We have to figure out a way to compromise this. Obviously, this whole dispute is over funding for a border wall. And at this point, it's on both sides. Neither wants to compromise. President Trump could obviously say, guys, we're having problems with this. I'm willing to negotiate it down to $5 billion. I think he wants $30 billion. He could say, I'm willing to negotiate it down to $5 billion if you're willing to compromise. And the Democratic leaders could also say, you know what, we're willing to work with you. We won't give you as much as you want, but we will definitely give you some of what you want. This will compromise, But right now we're in a political landscape where both sides are saying, my way is the best way and it's the only way, therefore we're going to do it. They could come together and say, we'll have a great compromise, because Democratic leaders in the past, the ones that are saying we don't need a border wall, have said we need a border wall, so they're being a little bit hypocritical. I'm not picking a side, I'm saying both sides are acting foolish and childish. They just need to compromise. Something to compromise. Trump, like I said, he can negotiate that down to $5 billion, a lot less than what he's asking for, but it's something. And the Democratic Party people, the Democratic leaders in the Senate and the House could say, you know what? We'll give you a little bit. If it'll get you off our backs, if we can get the government open, we are willing to do this. Because Trump already said he's not going to be backing down from this whole wall thing. He's serious. He's committed to this. So I don't understand why they can't say, you know what, we'll just compromise. We do need a border wall, and this could help us a lot. We'll work with you. Or at least they could try to work with him. They just go up to him and they're talking, then they get mad at each other. They could just talk. They could both talk, say, we got to come up with an open-ended solution. Something, anything to get this out of the shutdown, because at this point it's just foolish on both sides' parts. Now, I want to round things off with a bizarre story. I don't want to have the depressing, government shutdown thing or the very serious. So in Australia this week, a snake, a huge snake, was seen eating an equally huge lizard, and it was a very bizarre sight to behold. You can see it on the screen now. That just really interested me. I read an article about it. It was very different, very bizarre. I don't know what it was doing on the public beach. I don't know why, but it's Australia. Everything happens in the land down under. There's nothing. Everything remains to be seen. But anyway, that's been DETRICORE news for today. I will see you guys again on Friday. Hope you have a safe day, fantastic day, especially if you're here in the North United States and parts of Canada, especially here Midwest and, like New York. We've had ice covering the road. It's starting to melt. Be safe when you're driving. Be safe with snow down south. Have fun in your sun. I know you guys are probably like, it's all cold, but up here it's like 20 degrees, so enjoy your 60s and 70s. Anyway, be safe. Have a good day. I'll see you guys again on Friday. Jam from DETRICORE out.